Hello there, amazing humans, incredible creatives. I'm Semaj. This is Creating with Semaj. Welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, it's great to have you here. And if you are returning, welcome back. Can you believe it? This is day number 18. 18 days now that we have been doing this creative practice where we have been showing up and painting every single day for 20 minutes and just seeing what shows up. So every day I'd like to have the opportunity to just spend a little time with you where we can tap into that creative part of ourselves and we can see what shows up when we decide to show up. So we are going to go ahead and get started today and see what happens with our creation on our 18th day of creating together. This will be interesting. We're going to call this the Nature Edition. I am outside today and just thought that, it would be fun to do a little painting outside. So as usual, there's no rhyme, no reason, no discussion. I didn't tape anything off today either. Let's do that really fast. Let's put our reusable tape there because recycling is not a bad thing, even in your art supplies, because we are just doing sketchbook stuff. So this is not forever, it's for now and forever in our sketchbook. So it doesn't matter that it has to be a perfect and complete masterpiece. I don't think this piece of tape is long enough. I don't know what happened here. I'm going to just get a new piece. So every day for 30 days for the month of November, we have been showing up to paint together, just to have a little time to see what we can create in the time that we have together. And it is such a pleasure to be able to spend time with you, and I appreciate you taking the time to spend some time with me. So as we approach our painting, of course, we always start with the Canson XL paper and our Praying Oval 16. And I think on the 16th, I had left a video about the Praying Oval and the gentleman who does a really good overall view on this, and that is Chris Petrie. And so he has a really great overview, and I will encourage you to watch that if you want to know about these colors, how they work, what colors they are in relation to other colors that you would use from a professional line. But for me, praying right now is perfect, and I don't need anything more than that. So today, I thought I would take a Sharpie, a trusty old Sharpie, and we're just going to put it down and just make some marks to see what we get in the next few seconds, and I think that's it. And now we're just going to paint and fill it in because it's that easy and that simple. And there isn't any stress about it or any concern about it. The part where we just get to let go and enjoy the experience of creating without any expectation. Just picking up things that feel good to us, the colors, and putting them down where we feel that they need to go. There's something so mesmerizing and relaxing about this and where it takes us. I didn't have a topic for today. I thought we would just let the intuitive energy flow. And what comes up, comes up. You can hear this is the Nature Edition because outside life is happening. It gets busy on a work day. People are out and about and doing their life stuff, taking the world and doing with it what they desire. I talk a lot in this series about the potential that we have and how we limit ourselves and our potential. It's strange how we do that and why we do that. And I think that it's ultimately based in fear. Fear of who we might become when we challenge our own greatness, but maybe greater the fear of what will be expected of us, or the fear of what people will think of us. And I think fear is such a palpable energy that keeps us in our own bondage and keeps us so often from moving forward in our lives the way we need to, because of the fear that we have connected to that thing that may or may not be or may not happen. So I personally feel that when we can step into that space of fear unabashedly and just embrace it, not really knowing, but instead trusting the universe, because I personally find in that dance that when we trust in the universe, it starts playing with us. Like I mentioned on our video on Saturday, how I had that experience with my friend that he sent me the video or the picture, and within minutes I had the kids show up to give me a real-time response to the creation that he had made. And I think that the universe constantly wants to dance with us and wants to provide for us and wants to show us things, though we're so scared to play. We're so scared of what might happen, and we create so many what-if scenarios that just inhibit us. One of the things that I always find incredible is when I watch the Academy Awards, I always see the actors of color, predominantly the black actors, who make statements about they claimed years ago that they were going to win an Academy Award. Just either in fluke, in passing, or they truly claimed it. They gave their own speeches to their families, their houses, and then you cut to so many years later and that manifestation became a reality. That desire, that wish on the universe became something. And I think that is the universe honoring you and that path if you're willing to take that journey. And so many of us are not willing to take that journey because control is so important to us. If I'm in control of everything, then everything will go exactly to my plan. And I think oftentimes when that energy of control shows up, the universe has funny ways of correcting us and letting us know that we may not be the ones. Oops, I put in the wrong color. I think I grabbed black by mistake. I did. Oh well. We go with the flow. I think the universe throws those things into us in that moment to say, hey, you're not really in control. I'm in control here. And you thought you had it all planned out and you thought it was going to work out perfect that way, but the reality is that it's not that way. And we have to be humbled in that. We have to be humbled in the power and the sanctity of what the universe is capable of. But we also have to realize that we need to lean into that opportunity more often than we do. Releasing the control allows us to be chauffeured through life rather than always having to be the driver. And I don't know about you, but personally, I find being chauffeured quite a lovely experience. There are so many other things you can do. There are so many things you can do with your mind and with your time and with your energy when you are being chauffeured. So, there's always a benefit. Allow yourself to step back from having to be in control of everything all the time. Not that you don't care and, you're listening to me and you're like, oh, if I'm not in control, everything will go to hell in a handbag. You just don't understand. You know what? I dare you to try it. I dare you to allow other people to show up for the things that they're capable. I dare you to allow things not to be your way, but to be the way they are intended to be so that they are finished, done, and completed. Too much of our ego shows up in things, and that ego is a lovely thing. It protects us, it keeps us safe, but it also is a thing that can be the biggest detriment to us because it doesn't allow us to move forward because we're not willing to admit that, we may not be the center of it all or the end all to the end all. So releasing that power and that energy and that need for control allows the universe to cooperatively work with you to make more amazing things happen in your life because it sees that you are a willing participant. You are someone who wants to play the game, and life is a game. There is a woman, Frances, what's her name? Right out of the top of my head in the moment, but she wrote the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And it is a simple little read, and I will add that down below, but it is just a simple idea. She was one of the founders of the movement, I guess, that was towards the idea of self-realization and self-awareness, and also maybe the power of manifestation and how that really is a thing. And if you play with the universe wants to play with you, but it has to know that you're willing to be an active player, because if you're not willing to be an active player, then it can't make the magic happen for you the way it does. There are people in your life that always have magic that show up for them, and you wonder, how does that always happen for them? It probably happens for them because they just believe in magic. They believe that it's going to show up and that it's possible and that it might be something that is a benefit to participate in. So, they say that people who have and grow up with an idea of magical thinking have more magical lives because they allow the universe to bring together the cooperative components to make things happen rather than always being the ones that have to be in control of making sure that all of the things happen. And like I say, I dare you to let go of some of the control and let other people show up for the things that they're capable of, to take some things off of your plate because they want to show you what they can do, but they never get to because you're always the one doing instead. They want to show you that they've learned from you, that the things that you've taught them, that they have paid attention, and that they want to show pride in that they are able to do it the way you do it or the way you showed them to do it. But if you don't allow space for that to happen, they never have that chance to show you, in action, the things that they have learned from you and how you have taught them. Those are valuable things, and people want to express that back to people, and they don't always know how to do it verbally. There are people that are nonverbal, but they are capable of showing by doing tasks, by doing things the way that you would do it. Reminds me of a funny story about the woman who always cut both ends of the pot roast to put it into the pan, and she had 2 pieces left over, and the family always asked, why did you do it? And why do you do that? And she says, well, because that's the way Granny always did it. And Granny looks over and she says, honey, the only reason I did it is because I didn't have a pan big enough to fit the whole pot roast. So, some things that happen in life happen because they're just the way it is. But we don't ever think it or talk about it or challenge it. So, allow things to expand. Allow people to show up for the things that you want to have them do so that they can show you how much they've learned from you and how much your guidance has been a testament to their growth and their evolution. Because that leaves behind for you a level of legacy. It leaves behind a legacy that is beyond something physical. It is physical in that it manifests itself in the person because you taught them things that they will carry with them for the rest of their life. And I think that is a pretty incredible thing. This life journey is really an opportunity that I, at this point, know that we only get once. I think that something happens to us when we die. I think there's a continuum of our energy. I don't think it just ceases to exist. I think that we may become something different, a different form, but I don't think that who we are ceases to be. Maybe we go back and become a part of everything again. Maybe that's what we are all here doing. We are all fractals of a greater being, a greater greatness, in all of our life experience and all of the experiences that we have. Bring that back to what I think of as the collective, which is a place that all wisdom, knowledge, and love flows from. It is the originator of love and wisdom. And wisdom and knowledge are not synonymously the same. You can have lots and lots of knowledge and lack wisdom. You need to keep that in mind. Wisdom and knowledge are not two things that go together. But with the knowledge, you will gain wisdom. But wisdom is something that comes over time. It is something that shows up through lived experience, and it is something that has or can be shared with others because of that which has happened to you. So, this has been a really fun painting session today. I don't think we're going to get this done, so we might come back tomorrow and finish it then, because you have things to do and I have things to do to get on with our day, and 20 minutes is a considerable amount of time to spend together creating. And I appreciate you showing up every day for the month of November. We've been here every single day, nearly 30 days, or 18 now. And at the end, we are going to have some pretty amazing pieces of artwork to have either in our sketchbook that we get to keep and show to no one, or we're going to have some pretty awesome pieces that we're going to be able to pull out and share with people and let them know, hey, I did that. I did that. I want to let you know I certainly appreciate your time and your attention and you being here with me today. You know, we are creating together, and creating together is such a pleasure. I trust you are enjoying this as much as I am. If you are, please hit that like button. Let the algorithm and other folks out there know that they too can paint and tap into their creative energy. Also, if you like the content, please subscribe. I would love to hear from you in the comments too, because you know, when we get to talk about things, it expands us and it allows us to learn from each other. And that's part of what this universal experience is about. It's about us together learning from each other and how each of us can benefit another with our pieces of wisdom from our lived experience. Like always, I want to say thank you so very much for taking the time with me. It has been a pleasure. We're nearly at our 20-minute mark, so I think we're going to finish this piece of art tomorrow. I trust that wherever you are, you have the most amazing day. And until then,